High blood pressure, or hypertension, is a silent condition that affects millions worldwide. It is often called the silent killer because it typically produces no obvious symptoms, yet its effects can be devastating if left unchecked. Today, we'll explore what exactly blood pressure is, why it matters, the causes of hypertension, the damage it can inflict on the body, and the most effective ways to prevent and control it, sometimes even reversing it naturally with lifestyle changes and holistic habits. Let's begin by understanding what blood pressure actually is. Think of your blood as a delivery system, carrying vital oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and even immune cells to every organ, tissue, and cell in your body. To shuttle these essentials throughout your body, your heart functions as a powerful pump, pushing blood through an intricate network of arteries. As blood moves, it exerts a force against the walls of these blood vessels. This force is what we measure as blood pressure. Blood pressure has two key readings. The first, called systolic pressure, is the higher number you see on a blood pressure chart. This measures the force of blood against artery walls when your heart contracts and pumps blood out to the body. The second, called diastolic pressure, is the lower number, representing the pressure when your heart relaxes between beats. Both numbers are important, and together, they tell a story about how hard your heart is working and how healthy your arteries are. So, what's a healthy blood pressure range? Ideally, your blood pressure should be around 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury, written as 120/80 millimeter Hgs. Some experts argue that the best, most protective range is even lower, closer to 105 over 70. However, these exact numbers can vary based on factors like your age, body type, activity level, climate, and unique metabolism. What matters most is that your readings stay within a healthy range consistently, rather than spiking or remaining elevated over time. But what happens when blood pressure starts to rise? There are many reasons why this can occur. One common cause is thick, sludgy blood. This can develop from a poor diet high in processed foods, sugar, or unhealthy fats, or simply from dehydration. When the blood is thick, it moves more slowly, and the heart has to work harder to push it through the arteries. Another major factor is the condition of your arteries themselves. Over time, arteries can become stiff or blocked due to a buildup of fatty plaques, a process called atherosclerosis. This narrows the pathways for blood to flow, raising the pressure inside. Chronic mental stress and anxiety also play a big role. When you're stressed, hormones like cortisol and adrenaline kick in, causing your heart to beat faster and your arteries to constrict, all of which elevates blood pressure. Additionally, as we age, our arteries naturally lose some of their elasticity. Imagine trying to push water through a garden hose that's become stiff or clogged. It takes more effort and the pressure goes up. The same thing happens inside your body. When blood can't flow smoothly, the heart is forced to pump harder, and pressure rises. Left unchecked, high blood pressure can quietly cause serious damage. It can wear down the delicate vessels in your kidneys, lead to heart attacks and strokes, and even cause vision loss. Doctors use specific categories to classify how high your blood pressure is. If your readings are between 120 over 80 and 140 over 90, you're considered to have prehypertension, or stage 1. At this point, medication isn't usually necessary. In fact, most people can reverse prehypertension through lifestyle changes and healthy eating alone. If your numbers climb to between 140 over 90 and 160 over 100, that's called stage 1 hypertension. At this level, it's important to see your doctor right away. If no damage to your organs has occurred, you may have a window to try natural interventions like diet and exercise for a month. If things don't improve, your doctor may recommend medications to get your numbers down safely. However, if your blood pressure is over 160 over 100, you've entered stage 2 hypertension. This is a medical emergency. At these levels, the risk of a stroke, heart attack, or organ failure is dangerously high. Immediate medication, preferably allopathic as recommended by your healthcare provider, is crucial alongside lifestyle changes to support your long-term health. But what about the medications themselves? Doctors typically prescribe blood pressure-lowering drugs, statins to reduce cholesterol, and sometimes aspirin to thin the blood. These medications can be life-saving, especially in the early stages of treatment. However, they also come with potential side effects. Aspirin, for instance, may increase the risk of brain hemorrhages in some people. Statins, while effective at lowering cholesterol, can sometimes weaken the heart muscle over time. Blood pressure medications can lower your heart's pumping ability too much, depriving vital organs of the blood supply they need. It's absolutely essential that you never quit your medications suddenly. Doing so can trigger a rebound effect, causing your blood pressure to spike and dramatically increasing your risk of a stroke, vision loss, or worse. The best approach is to follow your doctor's guidance, begin making healthy lifestyle changes, and, if your blood pressure normalizes, work with your healthcare team to gradually reduce or adjust your medications under close supervision. So, what can you do to naturally lower your blood pressure and support a healthy heart? There are several proven lifestyle changes that really work. First, get moving. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to lower blood pressure. Light yoga or brisk walking for at least an hour a day, preferably in the morning or evening, can make a big difference. Physical activity helps your heart become more efficient, improves circulation, and reduces stress. Second, pay close attention to your diet. If you have other health concerns like diabetes or high cholesterol, it's wise to consult a certified dietitian, someone with a master's degree in nutrition, not just a generic diploma. Doctors are experts in diagnosing and managing diseases and medications, but dietitians specialize in the nutritional strategies that can help you heal from the inside out. When it comes to your daily routine, a calm, peaceful approach matters. Try to do your work without unnecessary stress and get at least 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep each night. Chronic sleep deprivation is a hidden trigger for high blood pressure and other serious diseases. One useful guideline comes from the late Dr. K.K. Agarwal, who developed the Rule of 80 to help people stay healthy well into their golden years. The rule is simple. Keep all these numbers under 80. Your heart rate, your waistline in centimeters, your blood pressure's bottom number, your fasting blood sugar, and your bad cholesterol. Laugh for 80 minutes each day and walk briskly for at least 80 minutes each week, aiming for 80 steps per minute. If you choose to drink alcohol, limit yourself to no more than 80 milliliters per day. Try fasting from grains for 80 days a year and avoid noisy environments above 80 decibels. Following these habits can help you avoid the doctor's office until you're well into your 80s. Beyond these basics, there are several natural strategies to lower blood pressure. Reducing stress is essential. Stay active and engaged in life, and try practices like deep breathing, meditation, or pranayama to calm your mind and body. Chronic stress triggers a flood of hormones that raise your blood pressure, so learning to manage your stress response is key. Another important step is to watch your salt intake. In the past, people ate more salt, but also sweated it out through physical labor. Nowadays, with air-conditioned environments and less movement, excess salt tends to stay in the body, raising blood pressure. The solution? Sweat more, move more, and don't be afraid to turn off the AC from time to time. Intermittent fasting can also be beneficial. Fasting once a week, for example, can help reduce blood pressure by giving your digestive system a rest and encouraging your body to reset its processes. Donating blood periodically is another little-known strategy. This practice helps reduce the thickness and stickiness of your blood, making it easier for your heart to pump and lowering your overall blood pressure. For those interested in herbal remedies, consider starting your day with a decoction made from certain medicinal leaves. Holy basil, or tulsi, is revered in many cultures for its anti-inflammatory and adaptogenic properties. Bay leaf is another option, as are coriander leaves. Try rotating these weekly, and you may notice a gradual normalization of your blood pressure. Your diet should be balanced. Aim for half of your food to be raw, in the form of fresh fruits and vegetables, and the other half cooked, such as dals, rotis, and rice. Where possible, swap out refined grains like white rice and wheat for more wholesome millets or pseudo-grains, which can help stabilize blood sugar and support cardiovascular health. Timing of medication is another critical factor. Blood pressure tends to peak in the early morning hours between 6 and 9 a.m., the very time when most strokes and heart attacks occur. That's why you should never skip your nighttime dose of medication. If you do, take it as soon as you wake up. Also, Avoid having tea, coffee, or smoking before taking your medication. Nicotine from cigarettes can raise your blood pressure by 6 points or more. Just a couple of cigarettes in the morning can push you into the danger zone. As we wrap up, remember this: high blood pressure doesn't have to control your life. With the right knowledge, a few lifestyle changes, and support from qualified health professionals, you can take charge of your heart health. Start by getting your blood pressure checked regularly, especially if you have a family history of hypertension, diabetes, or heart disease. Focus on daily habits. Move your body, eat plenty of fresh foods, manage your stress, and get enough sleep. If you're already on medications, use them wisely and never stop them abruptly. Instead, work with your doctor and dietitian to find the safest way to transition toward more natural control if your health allows. Finally, the journey to better blood pressure is not about perfection. It's about progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a healthier, stronger, and more vibrant life. Whether you're in the early stages of high blood pressure or already on the path to recovery, remember that you have the power to shape your health and well-being, starting right now. If you have further questions or concerns, always reach out to a trusted healthcare professional. Your health is worth every effort, and with the right guidance, you can empower yourself to live a long, energetic, and fulfilling life. Stay motivated, stay informed, and above all, stay healthy.